right, let's hit the field.
All right.
Just wanted to talk, that's all.
It was Thursday, May 30th, and the Yankees were taking on the Angels in the rubber game of a 3-game set with Carlos Rodon on the mound. Anthony Volpe was going for a 22-game hit streak, and Aaron Judge was trying to get back to the top of the home run leaderboard. My recap, your reactions coming up next. This is NYY Recaps.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Looking to boost your sports betting game? Meet Odds Jam, the ultimate ally for data-driven wagering. With 260-plus sports books, it's your go-to platform. Here's how it works. Odds Jam's arbitrage tool spots differences in betting lines, letting you lock in risk-free profits. Plus, optimize bets with a positive EV calculator and track profits with a convenient bet tracker. Try it risk-free with a 7-day trial. Use code RECAPS for 35% off your first month. Link is in the description. Bet smart. Bet responsibly with Odds Jam. I forgot the fun hat. It's so late at night, I just forgot the fun hat. But it's back with us now. Condolences to Rangers fans. They are not having much fun. They dropped a tough one to the Panthers tonight. Game 6 will be on Saturday. So hopefully they can turn it around. They trail the series 3-2. Yankees win another series. They take this series 2-1. They take this game 8-3. And look, this was a tighter series than you would think, and a tighter game than you would think from looking at the score. Look, first 6 innings tonight, I was sweating before the Yankees broke it open. I never imagined coming into this series the way the Yankees were playing and how bad the Angels have been, that this series would be as close as it was. But for a West Coast game, that's not necessarily a bad thing because it keeps you awake and alert, at least. Another really good pitching performance tonight from Carlos Rodon. 6 very sharp innings before I think he ran out of gas a little bit in the 7th. They also hit some good pitches in the 7th, let's be honest. Another home run from Aaron Judge. He's got 18 now. Not all great news, though. Anthony Volpe's hitting streak snapped at 21 games. But hell of a job, kid. Hell of a job. Getting a hit basically every day for 3 weeks plus, a couple of off days in there, is a damn fine achievement. And a lot of, great players have never done that. So nice job by Anthony Volpe, who's just become a very consistent player for the Yankees. And on pace for a WAR over 7 this year. So having a great year. Also, in case you missed it, we got some bad news before the game. We got to mention it. Clark Schmidt, who's been one of the Yankees' best pitchers this year with a 2.52 ERA through 11 starts, was placed on the injured list with a strained lat. He's not going to throw for the next 4 to 6 weeks, so it's a little bit more serious than we thought. But then you got to build him back up. So he's probably not going to pitch for the Yankees for, about 10 weeks. That puts him back sometime in August. So that's a really tough loss for the Yankees.
You don't know what pain is!
But we will get Garrett Cole back probably in about 4 weeks. So we just got to find, some consistent starts for the next 4 weeks. Sounds like it's going to be Cody Poteet. He pitched well once with the Yankees this year. He's 3-0 with a 4.05 ERA in AAA, 38 strikeouts in 33 and a third innings, a whip of 1.11. You got to figure all those numbers will go up a little bit against big league hitters at least. But if he pitches to a 4.5 ERA and a 1.35 whip every 5th day, honestly, you'll sign up for that for a month. You take your chances with that, with the offense heating up over the hot weather. The Yankees typically hit very, very well. They always have for as long as I can remember, except for last year they stunk. But usually when the weather heats up, so does the Yankees offense. So you got to figure during the hot part of the summer, you can, make up for having a less than, top caliber pitcher once every fifth day. But Clayton Beeter on the 7-day injured list with an undisclosed injury could be another option. I don't know what the injury is. They haven't said. Maybe somebody knows, but before he got injured, he was 3-1 with a 2.53 ERA in 7 starts, 32 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts. Again, not sure what the injury is, but we saw him in spring training. We saw him make the opening day roster, and I contend that he's ready. So if the Yankees need somebody to fill in and he can do it, he might be a decent option. But sounds like for now, it's going to be Cody Poteet. So, all right, let's get to the recap.
All right, let's go. Let's get it going.
12:28 in the morning. So I don't want to waste you guys' time here. Let's get right after it. Angels actually got on the board first with another home run from Ohapi in the bottom of the second. 10th home run that Rodon has allowed so far this season.
Long balls. You got long-ass balls.
I've got long balls.
Long balls.
Long ball ladder. That's your new name.
On the bright side, though, the vast majority of them have been solo shots. You can live with that. And he definitely settled down after that home run. He didn't allow another hit until the 7th inning. Yankees got off the mat in the top of the 4th, exactly how you would draw it up with this lineup. Walk to Juan Soto, and then a 2-run home run from Mr. Aaron Judge.
There it goes. That ball is high.
Back to the classic home run sound. 2-run shot, 433 feet, 110 miles an hour off the bat. 18th home run of the season. That tied him again for the Major League lead with Kyle Tucker and Gunnar Henderson. I still think he's going to go back to New York as the league leader. I've been saying this since he had a slow start, that he's going to be the first to 20. I stand by it. We'll see if I'm right, but he hits well in San Francisco. So he's from San Francisco. I'm predicting one of these days. I predicted 2 home runs tonight, but he only got 1. But Word Lifer says, Judge slams the gavel. I love that. So he had 12 home runs in May. He's probably going to be the player of the month for May. When you look at his April and then you look at his May, it's like night and day. He has become the Aaron Judge we know and love. Although he did have a tough night other than the home run tonight. I think he struck out 4 times in the game. Let me just pull up the box score real quick and double check. Yeah, he was 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts, but still OPS over 1,000 on the season, 1.020, 273 average. So, we'll take it. We will absolutely take it. James G says he could win an MVP, and I agree. Top 7, one of the most beautiful things in baseball, a perfectly executed hit and run. So if you don't follow baseball that closely, I'll just take a second to explain why I think a hit and run is so beautiful. So you got a runner on first, and you got a right-handed batter. And when the runner steals, the second baseman has to cover second base to take the throw. That leaves the entire right side of the infield open for the batter, who just waits a little bit longer and just chops it right through the right side. That's exactly what DJ LeMahieu did. He hit it to the exact spot that the second baseman or was playing. Look, there are a few things in baseball that, when executed perfectly, are just beautiful. Suicide squeeze, 5-4-3 triple play, even a 6-4-3 double play, if executed perfectly, is just a beautiful piece of poetry. And a hit and run for me is right up there. After that, the Angels walked 3 hitters in a row to force in a run. That made it 4-1 Yanks. And then Juan Soto picked up a bases-clearing triple to break the game wide open.
I'll tell you what. Juan Soto is that dude. He is like that. He is built different. He is constructed alternatively. Sign that man 50 years, $9.3 billion right now.
Pay that man his money.
I like this job. I like it. He now has 49 RBIs on the season. I looked it up. I wasn't sure last year if any Yankees had 49 RBIs, but they actually had 4 guys with 49 or more RBIs last year. But he's definitely on pace to get well over 100. If he stays healthy, and he usually does, he should get there. Angels got to Carlos Rodon in the bottom of the 7th inning and knocked him out of the game. Hamilton, fresh off the IL, came in to get a couple of outs, and then they went to Caleb Ferguson to face Willie Calhoun, and he banged a single to left field. That made it 7-3 and brought the tying run to the plate. But Rodon had a good day. Final line for Rodon, 6 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. First time since May 11th that the Yankees starting pitcher has given up 3 runs in an outing. That's unbelievable. Unreal. Overall, on the season, his numbers are still excellent. He is now 7-2 with a 3.09 ERA through 12 starts. You will sign up for that. 67 innings, 62 strikeouts, 1.13 whip, so just over a hit per inning. Probably not an all-star quite yet, but he's making a case. He's building a very solid case. I would say if he has a really good June, I think he's in. You know, if you go to the all-star break and you're 9-2 or something like that with about a 2.95 ERA, 2.85 ERA, you're probably in. I don't think he's going to start the all-star game. I think that's going to Luis Heel. But I think he's got a chance to be an all-star. Clark Schmidt probably was going to be an all-star before he got hurt. I don't think Nestor's quite going to be an all-star, but the fact that the Yankees could have had 3 or 4 all-stars on this in this rotation without Garrett Cole is really saying something. Gleyber Torres ripped a double in the 8th inning, his 9th double of the season. He's creeping back up towards 230. You wonder at what point he's just going to explode offensively because it's in there. And every once in a while he shows you flashes. Jose Trevino followed up with a sac fly, another productive at bat. That made it 8-3. Final run for the Yankees on the game. And Tommy C's Cat says, tonight just proves how amazing Joe DiMaggio's streak was. It's truly an impossible record to beat. And that brings me to Anthony Volpe, who grounded out to second base to snap his hitting streak in the 9th inning. But the Yankees hang on to win.
Ball game over. Yankees win. Yankees win. You're a winner.
Yankees now just a half game behind the best record in Major League Baseball. They are 39-19. They are back to 20 games over 500. Phillies are 39-18, so 21 games over 500. 684 win percentage. Yankees at 672. Yankees have now scored 279 runs. That is 3rd in the American League, behind the Guardians and the Royals. Royals have scored 282 runs. They are not bad. They are not bad at all. They are 35-23, so their rebuild is going nicely. Just re-signed Bobby Witt. They're trying to get a new stadium built. I think the voters rejected the funds to build a new stadium, but I love Kauffman Stadium anyway. But out there in KC with how hot it gets during the summer, I played out there in KC one summer, and wow, I mean it was ridiculously hot. So, all right, belt time. We had some options tonight. Soto with the big 3-run triple to break the game open. Judge hit the 2-run home run, but really the story for me was the 6 beautiful innings from Carlos Rodon. Al Liddy says Judge is on pace for 63 home runs. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm going to just take your word for it. We've had some math snafus here on the postgame show.
My quantitative, my math specialist.
4th belt for Carlos Rodon. But speaking of numbers, I want to take a look at the Statcast pages tonight. So first of all, I want to show you the game Statcast page because this is not something that everybody knows exists. But if you go to Baseball Savant during the game, you can click on the game and it will give you all the key Statcast stuff from the day, which I love to watch. I love to have this open in a tab while I'm watching the game. And it shows you the top exit velocity. So Judge, 110 miles an hour on the home run, 433 feet. You see Rodon had the top velocity of the game, 97.9 miles an hour. Ian Hamilton hit 97.7. Carlos Rodon had 16 swings and misses tonight. Beautiful. And then it goes down and it shows you the win probability. So for the first 4 innings, it looked like the Angels could win. but then the Yankees pulled away and pulled way away after the triple, from Juan Soto. And I thought we would take a look at Aaron Judge's Statcast now, checking in after, such a tough start. And it doesn't have his updated regular stats, so don't worry about that. They update that the day after. But batting run value, 96th percentile. Look at the spray chart. I mean, it's beautiful. He hits the balls everywhere except to right at the center fielder. Doesn't hit many right there. Generally, if he hits the ball in the air, it's out of the ballpark. I mean, look at some of these shots. They're all just massive, massive power. And then he's red. Red is good. My buddy Aiden Bechamp, who might be doing more podcasts on this show, on this channel pretty soon, says that red is good. He put it nice and simple this year when we were talking about the Martian. And Aaron Judge is pretty much all red. 100th percentile in several categories. So pretty much the best in the league. And in terms of walks, 99th percentile. I believe he's actually got more walks than Juan Soto now. But Anthony Volpe, will take a look at him. He's been really, really consistent. You see the fielding run value, 97th percentile in the league. And with him, I really want to look at the spray chart because look at this. He's hitting the ball line to line this year. This is what you want your leadoff man to do. You see, he's got doubles down the left field line and the right field line. He hits shots to the right field gap. He's got a lot of hits up the middle. He's got a few infield hits. He's got a bunt single. He's hit some choppers that, he beats out with his speed. But then he'll also beat you with the long home run. And then if you look at his regular batting metrics, they're not amazing. He's below average in a lot of things, but yet he still has great offensive value, great base running value, and great fielding value. So this is just to show you that, you can be really solid statistically and still not have Statcast be in love with your metrics. But with a few key things, like he's cut down on his whiff rate, his strikeout percentage. He's making more contact, and that's pushed his expected batting average above league average. And when you combine it with his speed, his power, his ability to hit the ball in the sweet spot, I'll tell you, it makes her a good player. And I think all these numbers are going to get better as he gets older, gets stronger, gets more familiar with the league, and faces more pitchers. Carlos Rodon pitched tonight. You see the fastball run values in the 91st percentile of the league. And then everything else, breaking ball, off speed, below average. But really it's the fastball that makes him an elite pitcher. And hopefully he keeps that fastball for a few more years. He is 31 years old. So at some point the velocity will come down. And that's why I think you're seeing him throw a lot more sliders, a lot more cutters. He is trying to, become a better pitcher, right? And he's getting a lot of swings and misses, 16 swings and misses tonight. And the other thing I wanted to show you was Clayton Beeter, who, again, on the IL with an undisclosed injury, but 3-1 with a 2.53 ERA in 7 starts. And he's just been phenomenal. 25 years old, huge guy, very strong, prototypical pitcher's build. Let's hope that he gets healthy because I think he's got a chance to step into the Yankees rotation at some point. But once again, congrats to the Yankees on another series win. So Yankees have moved to 4-2 on the West Coast swing, and now they have 3 more games with the San Francisco Giants before they come back home. I don't know about you guys, but I am really friggin' tired of staying up till 1, 2 in the morning. What you guys don't see is that, when I build this podcast out, and then I got to do the audio and update the thumbnails and all that stuff, and then it takes me a little while to get to sleep. So a lot of times I don't get to sleep until about an hour after this podcast wraps up. So I'm ready to wrap it up. Let's go ahead and take a few more comments.
I gotta get out of here!
My pops is up. What are you doing up so late? Tommy Higgs says, so does Heel stay in the rotation now for good now that Schmidt is hurt?
Game over, man.
Well, I think they're not going to take him out if they don't have anybody else to back him up. I mean, we just talked about how Beeter is on the injured list and they just called up Poteet to replace Clark Schmidt. So I think right now you're going to ride that horse till she bucks you. And it could be a blessing in disguise. I know they want to be careful with the arm. it might be some of those situations where you get him out of games early, if you get a big lead early, maybe you get him out after 4 innings just to save some of those innings. Regardless of what the Yankees say about there not being an innings limit, there almost certainly is some kind of a limit. And coming back from Tommy John surgery, that's the right thing to do because we want this kid to stay healthy. He's part of the long-term plans for this team. So Zuzu Boy says he works late, so these West Coast games are his favorite. I don't know. They're tough for me, man. Tough I think for anybody who works in the morning. And, I get up at 7 in the morning a lot of times, sometimes 6:30. Tomorrow, getting up even earlier because I want to get a workout in. I've been sitting a lot this week, so, I like to start my Friday with a little bit of activity there. Get up early, go for a walk, go for a run, listen to some music, have some coffee, and then get ready for the weekend. I like to finish the week strong, I've become a kind of a workaholic in my, in my older age now, in my 41, just turned 41 last week. But, that's one of the reasons that it kind of stinks with the highlights thing. I really like doing more highlights. I like doing more visual stuff. I know a lot of you have said, it doesn't matter if you have the highlights. We're here for the analysis. But I like to make a show of it, right? I like to show it if Aaron Judge hits a long home run and make it full screen and show a few different angles and things like that. But, I always thought, I was talking to somebody about podcasting the other day. I get a lot of questions from people who want to start their own podcast. And they ask me, what's the easiest way or what's the quickest way to get a podcast going? They want to essentially have a podcast up that requires the least amount of work. They want to have a side hustle. And I contend that's the wrong way to think about it. When I have a podcast coming up, my frame of mind is how much can I get done before this podcast goes live? How much work can I put in to make this a great show before the show goes live? And now that we can't really cut all the highlights and stuff as much as we used to, it's like I end up just I'm watching the game and I'm biting my fingernails and I don't know what to do half the time. So, maybe that's good for me. Maybe I'll live longer that way. But anyway, I'm going to hit the sack because I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're closing in on 39,000. We're less than 100 away. We add about 20, 30 every day. So we're really close. I don't know the exact number, but we're closing in. Check out NYYRecaps.shop. All sorts of fun. Swag, Yankees swag, NYY Recaps swag. We got art. We got coffee mugs. The coffee mugs make great gifts, things like that. So check it out. Help us out. Join as a member. And I'll see you after the next game, which is in San Francisco. I may not do a voicemail show tomorrow. I got some stuff in the morning. But if we do, it'll be out probably, 11:15 or so in the morning, a little later than usual. So, all right.